Good afternoon, student. Today I am going to teach you characteristic function. So characteristic function is basically a generating function. It is just like a moment generating function, where in moment generating function we take the formula mxt is equals to expected e raised to take tx. Rather, in characteristic function we take the formula phi xt is equals to phi t is equals to expected e raised to itx, right? So let us start with the definition part of the characteristic function. The characteristic function of a random variable capital X about origin is denoted by phi xt, and it is defined as phi xt is equals to phi t is equals to expected e raised to itx. If x is a discrete random variable taking values xj with probability xj, j running from 1 to n, then we take the formula of phi xt is equals to summation j e raised to it xj p xj. This is for discrete random variable only. If you have continuous random variable taking the value xj with the probability p xj, then what happen here is, here in place of summation we'll take the integration sign. So integration minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to itx fx dx, like that. So if x is a continuous random variable with PDF fx, where the range of the PDF is minus infinity to plus infinity, then phi xt is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to itx fx dx. T belongs to R and I is equals to under root minus 1. Note that phi t always exists since the integral minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to itx fx dx is absolutely convergent. So t belongs to R means t is any real value and I is equals to imaginary part. That imaginary part must be root minus 1. Note that phi xt always exists since the integral minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to itx fx dx is absolutely convergent. Phi xt is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to itx fx dx equals to minus infinity to plus infinity modulus of e raised to itx fx dx, that is nothing but which is less than or equal to. Why we write here less than or equal to? Because of the reason that here e raised to itx fx dx, but the e raised to itx is nothing but cos tx plus sin tx. Cos tx is the real function, real part, and I sin tx is the imaginary part. When we take the root of this criteria, that is under root cos square plus sin square, cos square tx plus sin square tx. Cos square tx plus sin square tx is equals to 1. So that which is less than or equal to 1. So minus infinity to plus infinity modulus of e raised to itx fx dx. So minus infinity to plus infinity cos tx plus I sin tx modulus of fx dx. Now this is nothing but see, this is equals to 1. How it is equals to 1? Because of the reason that modulus of phi xt is less than or equal to 1 implies that phi t is absolutely convergent and e raised to itx is equals to cos tx plus I sin tx. That is equals to, मैंने पहले ही बताया आपको, e raised to itx is equals to under root cos square tx plus sin square tx is equals to 1. Right? So that's why this value will become 1. Fx dx. Properties of characteristic function. For all real values of t. So phi t is equals to 1 for t is equals to 0. Phi 0 is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to I 0 into x. This is e raised to 0 is 1. So we can write here minus infinity to plus infinity fx dx equals to 1. Now modulus of phi t is less than or equal to 1, that we already discussed in this property, that modulus of phi t less than or equal to 1 and phi 0 is equals to 1. So phi t is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to itx fx dx is less than or equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. This is called the modulus of e raised to itx, modulus of e raised to itx fx dx. So minus infinity to plus infinity fx dx is equals to 1. So e raised to itx is equals to cos tx plus I sin tx. Cos square tx plus I sin square tx is equals to 1. So phi t and phi of minus t are conjugate complex functions, that is phi bar t equals to phi of minus t. That means phi of minus t is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity. ये क्या होगा, minus minus plus, because what happened here is if we put here in place of t minus t, तो in place of t here we put minus t, so this is nothing but e raised to minus itx fx dx, right? And phi bar t is equals to phi x t bar is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to itx fx dx, right? So that here we put बार की जगह पे ये नेगेटिव हो जाएगा, तो ये दोनों क्या हो जाएगा, इक्वल हो जाएगा, तो दोनों कॉन्जुगेट कॉम्प्लेक्स फंक्शन हो जाएंगे, बिकॉज ऑफ द रीजन दैट फाई टी इज इक्वल्स टू कॉस टी एक्स प्लस आई साइन टी एक्स एंड फाई ऑफ माइनस टी इक्वल्स टू कॉस टी एक्स प्लस माइनस आई साइन टी एक्स. तो ये जो बार है इट इंडिकेट्स दिस द नेगेटिव वैल्यू, it indicates that the negative value, so that here we have minus itx, here also we have minus itx, so phi t bar is equals to phi of minus t fx dx. So phi t bar is equals to phi of minus t. The characteristic function phi t is a uniform. Uniform matlab it follows the uniform distribution, it is uniform and continuous over the entire real line. It is a continuous function over the entire real line. So these are the important property of this characteristic function. If the distribution function of random variable capital X is symmetrical about 0, that is f of minus x is equals to 1 minus fx, or f of minus x is equals to fx, then phi t is a real valued and even function of t, right? So this fx is denoted by the distribution function. So f of minus x is equals to 1 minus fx, where if we put f of minus x plus f of x is equals to total 1 and f of minus x is equals to fx, then phi t is a real valued and even function of t that we have to prove, right? So that means what we have to do is, here we have take x is equals to minus y, new variable y, right? That is x is equals to minus y. So minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to ity minus ity f of minus y minus dy dx is equals to minus dy. So x is equals to minus infinity, y is equals to infinity, because of the reason that if we put x is equals to minus infinity here, what will your y, because of the reason that minus of minus y minus infinity, तो minus minus plus, तो ये plus infinity हो जाएगा. अभी अगर हम x इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी डालेंगे तो y क्या हो जाएगा, ये माइनस साइन इधर चला जाएगा तो माइनस इन्फिनिटी हो जाएगा, ठीक है? तो माइनस इन्फिनिटी टू प्लस माइनस इन्फिनिटी टू प्लस इन्फिनिटी e raised to ity f of minus y, because of the reason that x is equals to minus y dy. तो ये क्या होगा, माइनस इन्फिनिटी प्लस इन्फिनिटी e raised to ity f of minus y dy. So minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to ity fy dy. So f of minus t, this is nothing but f of minus t, right? So f of minus y, ये negative will be automatically positive because of the reason that property we use this property f of phi t and minus phi t are complex or conjugate complex function, so that f of phi t is equals to phi of minus t, right? So that we can write f of minus x is equal to also fx, so that we can write here f of minus y is equals to f of y also, because of the reason that this f of minus x is equals to minus y, if x is equals to minus y, so f of minus y is equals to fy, simple. So minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to minus ity fy dy f of minus t, this is f of minus t, phi t is equals to f phi of minus t. Phi t is equals to phi of minus t. Phi t is an even function, is an even function. So phi t is equal to, phi t bar is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to minus I dx. This bar indicates my negative sign. See, here also bar indicate negative sign. So if we put here phi of minus t, that is nothing but minus infinity to plus infinity minus I dx fx dx. And phi of t bar, that is also minus infinity to plus infinity minus I dx. That is minus 1 is multiplied with tx fx dx. So both are equal. Phi of t bar and phi of minus t, both are equal. Here it is minus, negative. Same way, phi t is equals to minus t. Phi t is equals to minus t. Phi t is an even function. Phi of t bar is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity raised to I tx fx dx. That is nothing but the phi of minus t. So phi of minus t is nothing but phi of minus. Phi of t bar is nothing but phi of minus t. And phi of this, where is this? So phi of minus t is equals to phi of t bar. And phi t and phi of minus t are complex conjugate functions. So therefore we can write this criteria. This is called the complex conjugate. So here we have phi of t bar is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity. This is what actually bar means, minus, negative. So minus I tx fx dx. This is nothing but what actually phi of minus t. So phi of minus t is equals to phi t. Phi t is equals to phi of minus t. Phi t is an even function that we have to prove here. Phi t is equals to phi of minus t. Therefore phi of t bar is equals to phi of t. If because of the reason that the phi of minus t is equals to phi t, so phi of t bar is equals to phi t. So phi t is a real valued function of t. For any c belongs to R, prove that phi cxt is equals to phi x ct. So by definition, phi xt is equals to expected e raised to itx minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to itx fx dx. So that means what actually, यहाँ पे हमने क्या लिया है cx, x की जगह पे cx, where c is the constant. Constant होगा तो ये क्या हो जाएगा, ये तो बहुत सिंपल है, phi of x ct, right? तो कांस्टेंट वो t के साथ मल्टीप्लाई होगा. x is a random variable, c is a constant and t is any real number. So phi xt is equals to expected e raised to itx minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to itx fx dx. That is nothing but expected e raised to it cx. Because of the reason that phi x cxt, तो x की जगह पे cx है ना, तो वो यहाँ पे cx माना जाएगा. तो it cx, c is constant है ना, तो t is here real valued है ना, तो t c I t c x, that means t dash is equals to suppose t c, new variable t dash हमने assume किया, तो t dash is equals to t c. It is not necessary here we use t as a real number, you can take the z as a real number. It is not necessary random variable x is given, you can take the y variable also. So अगर आपको ये theorem, कोई भी theorem किसी भी वे में, यहाँ पे मैंने y पूछ लिया, y t z, तो आपको वो वे में ये फाइंड करना आना चाहिए. तो suppose this theorem will be phi of c y t is equals to phi of x c t, same way phi of y c z, like that. तो अगर ये y है और ये z है तो ये क्या होगा, phi of y c z, like that. So it is not necessary that the constant is given, t is a real value and x is a random variable. You can take y as a random variable, you can take z as a constant, you can take t as a variable. So by definition phi xt is equals to expected e raised to itx, that is nothing but minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to itx fx dx. So phi cxt is equals to expected e raised to it cx. So t c x, so I t c x, तो t dash is equals to tc, t dash is equals to tc, तो I t dash x, तो phi x t dash हमें मिला, but t dash is equals to what, tc. तो हमने क्या फाइंड किया इसके ऊपर से, दिस इज व्हाट एक्चुअली, दिस इज नथिंग बट phi x t dash, phi x t dash. If phi x t is equals to expected e raised to I t x, then phi expected e raised to I t dash x is equals to phi x t dash, but d dash is equals to t c. So phi c x t is equals to phi x t c t, right? Now theorem: the characteristic function of sum of independent random variables is equal to the product of their individual characteristic function. The characteristic function of sum of independent random variables is equal to the product of their individual characteristic function. Let x1, x2, xn be an independent random variables. Here we have to prove that phi of, देखो ये स्टेटमेंट ही है आपका, स्टेटमेंट क्या बोलता है इसका कि the characteristic function of sum of independent random variables is equals to product of their individual characteristic function, है ना. तो सम लेना है, क्या करना है हमें, सम लेना है. कैसे लेना है? Let x1, x2, xn be an independent random variables. Here we have to prove that phi of x1 plus x2 plus xn t is equals to phi of x1 t plus phi of x2 t plus phi of x3 t plus phi of xn t. That means phi of x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus up to so on xn t is equals to expected e raised to it x1 plus x2 plus xn. So it x1 plus it x2 plus it xn, like that way, right? So if x1, x2, xn are an independent random variable, their expectation will also be independent, right? So that means what? Expected e raised to it x1 plus into expected e raised to it x2 into expected e raised to it xn. So their expectation will also be independent. That means what? This is what actually? Phi of x1 t, phi of x2 t, phi of xn t. So phi of x1 plus x2 plus xn t is equals to phi of x1 t plus x2 t plus xn t, right? So ये prove हो गया result कि भाई theorem कि the characteristic function of sum of independent random variable is equals to the product of their individual characteristic function. The sum of the independent characteristic function the sum of independent random variable is equals to the product of their individual characteristic function. वही prove किया हमने. Phi of x1 plus x2 plus x3 up to so on xn t equals to phi of x1 t into phi of x2 t into phi of xn t. So that we have to prove. Since x1, x2, xn are independent and also their expectations are also independent, so that their characteristic function is also independent, है ना. If this is independent, see, this is independent, है ना, independent. So expectation is also independent and characteristic function is also independent. Now effect of change of origin and scale. Let x be any random variable and y is equals to x minus a upon h, है ना. तो effect of change of origin and scale मतलब आप मीन फाइंड करते हो ना, तो सपोज आप लेते हो कि x इज इक्वल्स टू y, x इज इक्वल्स टू x बार इज इक्वल्स टू x माइनस a अपॉन h, है ना. नहीं, हाँ, x इज इक्वल्स टू और a इज इक्वल्स टू x माइनस स्मॉल a डिवाइड बाई h, और x इज इक्वल्स टू न्यू वेरिएबल z माइनस a अपॉन h यू कैन टेक, है ना. तो इफेक्ट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ ओरिजिन एंड स्केल, लेट x बी एनी रैंडम वेरिएबल y इज इक्वल्स टू x माइनस a अपॉन h, then prove that phi yt equals to expected e raised to it a by h, this a by h, phi or x t by h, right. तो phi yt equals to expected e raised to it y is equals to what actually? X minus a upon h. So e raised to it x by h, e raised to minus it a by h. So e raised to it a by h is constant because of the reason that no variable is there. So this whole term will be constant. So this is outside the expectation sign. So e raised to it a by h, expected e raised to it x by h. So e raised to it a by h, phi x t by h. Phi yt equals to expected e raised to it a by h, phi x t by h. Thus, the characteristic function is not independent of change of origin and scale. So, the characteristic function is not independent of change of origin and scale because of the reason that ये हमारा constant बाहर आता है. That is what actually e raised to it a by h is constant and it is outside the characteristic function. So it is, and also here we have t by h. If we have phi x t, अगर हमने यहाँ से स्टार्ट किया ना, है ना, 5/t, तो अगर हमें ये मिलता कि भाई 5xt ही मिलता और 5xt by h मिला यहाँ पे, तो ये इंडिपेंडेंट कहाँ से हुआ? It is not independent. Some division is there, some expectation part is there. So phi of yt is equals to e raised to ita by h, phi xt by h. Thus, the characteristic function is not independent of change of origin and scale. So origin भी बाहर आता है, scale भी बाहर आता है. That is phi xt by h, and this expectation is also into this phi xt by h. Right? So this is the theorem, effect of change of origin and scale. Note that if we take a is equals to expected x is equals to mu and h is equals to under root variance of x is equals to sigma, then y is equals to x minus mu upon sigma is a standardized variate corresponding to x, so that y 5it equals to expected e raised to it mu by sigma phi of x t by sigma. Simple. So if a is equals to expected x, see this a is equals to expected x is equals to mu, a is equals to expected x is equals to mu, and h is equals to under root variance of x, that is sigma. तो क्या होगा? y is equals to x minus mu upon sigma is a standardized variate corresponding to x, है ना? तो corresponding to standardized variance corresponding to x. If it is standardized, then mu is equals to 0, variance equals to 1, right? But here we have a is equals to expected x, a is equals to expected x is equals to mu, है ना? तो ये h is equals to क्या है? रूट वेरिएंस ऑफ x is equals to सिग्मा. तो ये स्टैंडर्ड वेरिएबल बन गया किसका? y का, है ना? y is equals to x minus a is upon sigma is a standardized variate corresponding to x. तो 5it is equals to, इसके ऊपर से ये दिखना है, ये क्या है? e raised to it mu upon sigma, h की जगह पे क्या है? सिग्मा, phi of x t by sigma, t by sigma, h की जगह पे सिग्मा, a की जगह पे mu. सिंपल, है ना? तो it mu by sigma, phi x t by sigma. Right. Now, if phi xt is the characteristic function of a random variable x, find the characteristic function of the following: y is equals to x plus b, y is equals to ax, y is equals to ax plus b, y is equals to x minus a by sigma. The characteristic function of x is phi xt is equals to expected e raised to itx, that is the characteristic function of y is equals to x plus b is 5it is equals to expected e raised to it y is equals to expected e raised to itx plus b, because of the reason that y is equals to x plus b. So that we put here. So e raised to itx into e raised to itb. So e raised to itb is constant because it is because it assumes only constant value, that is e raised to itb. I imaginary part, t real valued, and b is constant. So it is independent of the variable x, so that it is outside the expectation sign. So e raised to itb, expected e raised to itx, so that e raised to itb phi xt. So the characteristic function of y is equals to ax is 5it is equals to expected e raised to itax, ax is equals to e raised to itax. तो ये क्या होगा? ये at is equals to suppose t dash, तो phi of x t dash, but t dash is equals to at. सेम वे प्रीवियस हमने पढ़ा ना, वो देखो दिखाती हूँ, ये रहा टी डैश सी टी, सेम वे. तो ये क्या होगा आपका? फाई रेस टू आई टी बी फाई ऑफ एक्स टी, है ना? और ये क्या होगा? ई रेस टू आई टी ए एक्स, बट टी डैश इज इक्वल्स टू टी ए, तो फाई एक्स टी डैश बट टी ए डैश इज इक्वल्स टू ए टी, तो फाई एक्स ए टी, लाइक दैट. अभी ये सब ऐसे ही प्रूव करने हैं. y इज इक्वल्स टू ए एक्स, वाई इज इक्वल्स टू ए एक्स प्लस बी, वाई इज इक्वल्स टू एक्स माइनस ए. ये होमवर्क है आपका, ठीक है? खुद ही करना है. चलो, थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन.